Hello, bonjour, bonsoir, bon après-midi, dépendant de votre localité dans le monde. Oh no, who is sharing the screen just right now? Bonjour, bonsoir, dépendant de votre localité dans le monde actuel. Je suis votre ami, votre sœur Massienne Mabou. Je vous parle depuis la ville de Houston aux États-Unis. Aujourd'hui, comme vous avez constaté, nous avons un très, très grand webinaire. Un webinaire qui va nous dire pourquoi est-ce qu'on ONPASSIVE sera très, très utile dans le monde de la francophonie et surtout en Afrique. Parce que les Africains, nous, on a été beaucoup délaissés dans le monde. On a perdu beaucoup de temps. On a perdu beaucoup de choses. Mais il y a une compagnie qui est en train d'arriver qui sera trop utile dans le monde de l'Internet, dans le fait de savoir comment les Africains, nous en général et en particulier ceux qui parlent français, vont pouvoir bénéficier de cette compagnie. Aujourd'hui, comme vous avez constaté, nous avons presque tous les membres de notre compagnie, ceux que nous appelons les griots de la compagnie, ceux qui sont là tous les jours pour nous parler de cette compagnie. Ils sont tous là aujourd'hui parce que il veut vous donner, il veut vous faire savoir que nous, qui sommes de la francophonie, nous avons une valeur dans cette compagnie. La compagnie compte sur nous pour pouvoir disséminer ce message à l'extérieur. Donc aujourd'hui, ils sont là parce qu'ils vont vous parler, ils vont vous ouvrir les oreilles, ils vont vous ouvrir les yeux, ils vont vous faire comprendre pourquoi est-ce que cette compagnie sera tellement utile à la francophonie en général et à ceux qui parlent français, à l'Afrique, le continent africain. Le continent africain, nous sommes appelés à vraiment écouter. Si vous êtes là sur le panel, écoutez, partagez le message pendant que nous sommes en train de le faire. Nous allons être diffusés sur plusieurs chaînes YouTube. Donc, si vous n'avez pas la possibilité d'être sur le panel aujourd'hui, peut-être samedi prochain, vous le serez, mais surtout encouragez d'autres personnes d'aller regarder ça sur YouTube. Donc, je vais commencer par ouvrir la salle et je vais demander à notre frère Mac Ellis. Welcome, Mac Ellis. Thank you so much for being here today with us. Thank you.
No, thank you, Marcianne. I apologize for not being able to speak French. I'll have to work on that, but today it'll be in English. And really what I'd like to do is kind of piggyback off of what Marty and Chris have been doing in the last week. They've been going over a lot of figures, and I'd like to just kind of hone in on a couple of things that I've thought about. And I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, Marty talked about a scenario where you would have anywhere from 20 to 200 sales. And I really want to focus in on a couple of things. And the things I want to focus in on are traffic and scalability. And I know as people come in and Marty starts to talk about sales anywhere from 20 to 200, in the back of their mind, they're just going, well, that's really terrific, and the numbers are really, really awesome that Marty and Chris went over. I mean, they're absolutely awesome. But in the back of their mind, they're going, well, I'll be lucky if I can make 3 sales in a year. And I understand that, because when I first came into the internet ecosystem and started marketing online, I was the same way. I was really, really hard pressed to make any sales whatsoever. And that brings us to what Mr. Mufar is really putting in our lap. And it really is an amazing thing when we start to think about it. And really, the number I want you to focus on is the number $200. In other words, making enough sales to bring $200 into your pocket, free and clear. And when we start to think about that, it really isn't relevant how many sales that takes, whether it takes 10 or 12 or 14, it really doesn't matter how many sales it takes to get to that 200 level. And the reason I'm focusing in on $200, when Marty, Dan, and I first started our online journey and we started marketing and we got to the place where we could bring in that first $200, for me, it was a really, really big deal. And the reason I say that is because when you can bring in the first $200, all of a sudden your business becomes scalable. And what does that look like? When you bring in the first $200, it's free and clear. You can put it in your pocket. When you get to that point and you understand scalability, all of a sudden you can take that $200 to wherever you want it to go. You can take it to $2,000, to $4,000, $10,000, $100,000. And it's all because you were able to bring in the first $200. When you do that, everything is scalable. And when Marty, Dan, and I first started, when we got to that point, it was a very, very exciting time because we knew how to do all the disciplines necessary to scale your business. And you have to be able to develop content. You have to be able to develop autoresponders. You have to develop a lot of things that go into marketing and being able to scale your business. Here's where it gets really, really interesting for you. Because of what Mr. Mufara has done, because of the platform he's put together, because of the business he's literally putting in your lap, everything is there. All the content is there. All the elements necessary to scale are there, and it's on the automated platform that Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table. This is a really, really exciting time for everybody because it doesn't take you 5 or 10 or 15 years to develop the skill sets to be able to do all those things at one time. Mr. Mufara is literally putting it in your lap, and when he does that, here's what's really interesting. You're going to be able to come in, do the things Mr. Mufara asks you to do, engage in the business that he's putting in your lap, and then you can watch. You can watch. And when that first $200 comes in, you're going to be able to see that all of a sudden you're making a profit. And if you're lucky, and I'll go over 2 scenarios here just very, very quickly. Number one is that you put X amount into the business that Mr. Mufara is giving us. And then as everything starts to run and the sales start coming in and you start to be in profit, and let's say you come in and you're spending $25 to do the marketing within the company Mr. Mufara has for us, and at the end of the day you bring in $50, so you have 100% profit. And regardless of how many sales are there, how many it takes to get to that 200 level, all you have to do is scale up. There's another scenario that is just as powerful as the one I just gave you. In other words, sales starts to come in, you start to make money. The other one is you come in, and let's say the sales start to come in, but you're in a deficit. In other words, you spend $25, and let's say you spend $50, you're only making $25 as it comes in. Hopefully this makes sense to everybody as I go through it. In other words, you're in a deficit of 50%, 100%. That's okay. Because of the business Mr. Farr is giving us, we know that the products are superior, the technology is superior, and the price point is going to be lower. So even though you might be in a negative that first month, the second month you're even, and the month after that, because it's residual, people will come in and use the products over and over and over again. The third month you're in profits, and then from there you've already made the sale, and from there you just start making money over and over and over and over again. And when you think about these two scenarios, you're making money right away, or you're in a deficit and you make money your second or your third month. That's okay, because both of those scenarios can be scaled up. And as you scale it up, again, that first $200 is going to be very, very easy to do. And then from there, because you have the ability to scale, because of what Mr. Mufara has given us, all of a sudden you can pick where you want to be, whether it's 200, whether it's 400, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 2,000, whether it's 20,000, whatever it is, you can decide where you want to be. Now, I want to add one other aspect to that, and that's the traffic side of it. Marty DeGarmo and Dan Street have both used this demonstration. You can come in, you can build a beautiful, beautiful website. It has all the content necessary for people to come in and buy whatever service or product you have. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And the bottom line is, if you can't get eyes in front of what you're doing, it really doesn't matter how pretty your site is. You have to be able to drive traffic. You have to be able to bring traffic, eyes in front of what you're doing, so that they can see it and then decide to buy either your service or your product. Traffic is the hardest thing to do online for anybody, in my opinion. And sometimes it takes years to develop the skill sets to be able to bring that traffic in and put them in front of your shop and the products in your shop, which will be the products that Mr. Mufara will be revealing to us shortly. It's just a really, really hard thing to do, i.e., this is what Mr. Mufara has done for us. As we come in and buy one of the packages that he has, in that package is included traffic. And when you have good quality traffic coming in, looking at what you have, you will get a percentage of those individuals that buy, i.e., it gives you your matrix. It gives you the ability to see where you are financially, whether you're in a plus or a negative, and how the numbers are going to work for you. This is really, really unique. It's never been done before online, and this is what Mr. Mufara is bringing to the table, putting right in our laps, the ability to do all of those things, including traffic, and then the ability to sit back and watch and see how your business performs. And I can tell you, because of the traffic Mr. Mufara is going to be bringing to the table, it is superior. These individuals are coming in, they're looking at what you have, and they want it. That's the kind of traffic that Mr. Mufara will be driving. And when you can get that, again, all of a sudden, scalability becomes very, very simple to do because of what Mr. Mufara has done. I love the numbers that Marty and Chris used the other day, and really they've been doing it for about a week, and all the numbers are terrific. But it's the scalability and the traffic that make all of those numbers a reality for you and I. So when you listen to Marty, when you listen to Chris, when you look at those numbers, understand you have the ability, even if you couldn't make a sale in 10 years, you have the capacity to do what you need to do because of what Mr. Mufara has brought to the table. So as Marty speaks, as Dan speaks, as maybe you can go back and look at some of the numbers that they've given us. Maybe Francine and Marcian will do the French translation for some of that. As you look at those numbers, understand, because of what Mr. Mufara has done, you have the ability not only to scale your business, but you have the ability to take it exactly where you want it to be, whether it's 200, whether it's 400, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 5,000, whether it's 10,000, over time. Don't expect it to happen in one night. It's over time. But Mr. Mufara is giving each and every one of us the ability to scale, to drive traffic, and take your business to where you want it to be, to that place where you're financially independent, and you can start living the lifestyle you want to live. I'll turn it back over to you, Marcian. That's enough for right now. Obviously, I have more later, but I think that's a good start. And everybody here, you're in a good place. Don't forget that. Go ahead, Marcian.
Wow. Thank you so much, Brother Mike. We did not choose you by mistake. You have a very great start. Merci beaucoup. Mais avant que nous ne continuions, Francine, est-ce que tu veux répéter un peu ce que Mike a dit? Si tu peux, essaie, si tu as quelque chose à ajouter, n'oublie pas de le faire.
D'accord. Merci, Martienne. Merci, Mike. C'est un grand défi de parler après ce temps de parole, mais j'ai pris quelques notes et voici ce que je vais partager. Donc, Mike Elix s'est excusé de ne pas pouvoir parler en français, mais il pense que cette lacune sera comblée très prochainement. Il est en train de dérouler devant nous, de reparler des chiffres qui ont beaucoup circulé parmi nous ces derniers temps, que Marty et Chris ont développé. Donc, en parlant des ventes, les gens reconnaissent que c'est fantastique. Le tableau fait rêver. Que cela pourrait suffire. Cela nous ramène à ce que H. Mufari nous dit, partant de $200. Si nous nous basons seulement sur $200, combien de ventes peuvent nous permettre de réaliser $200? Et lorsque Marty et moi avons commencé dans les ventes en ligne, on a réalisé qu'en gagnant les premiers $200, on peut les extrapoler. Il faut être en mesure de développer en arrière-plan beaucoup de compétences pour y arriver à ces $200. Monsieur Mufare a déjà fait le travail dans le cadre de ONPASSIVE et ce travail nous donne de nous installer tout simplement et d'observer notre business se dérouler sous nos yeux. Il a parlé de 2 scénarios qui seraient possibles. mettre un peu d'argent et on observe le tout se mettre en place. Donc, on peut gagner du 100%. Il est possible également qu'en mettant quelque chose dans la partie, nous ne soyons pas gagnants, mais cela ne fait rien parce que dans le modèle de ONPASSIVE que nous avons, nous sommes sûrs de la qualité de nos produits et que nous avons, peu importe où nous démarrons, nous aurons le gain. Donc, nous devons rester rassurés qu'il y aura une évolution en fonction de chacune de nos aspirations, mais c'est nous-mêmes qui fixons la barre de là où nous voulons aller. Donc, l'habilité de s'asseoir et de regarder notre entreprise se déployer devant nous grâce au trafic, parce que H. a développé le trafic pour nous. Donc, il revient sur les chiffres que Marty et Chris ont élaborés et il nous demande déjà de nous réjouir. Nous reviendrons dessus au cours de cette séance et je pense que Marty a d'autres choses à proposer. C'est la première intervention de Mike. Il reviendra sûrement. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, vraiment, merci Francine. Merci d'avoir interprété à peu près ce que Mike a dit. Donc, notre deuxième présentateur, c'est notre frère Dan Street. Dan Street, c'est quelqu'un qui a travaillé avec Mike et Mathieu Degamo. Et ce sont des gens qui ont été en ligne pour longtemps. Donc, la raison que nous les amenons ici aujourd'hui, c'est pour vous faire comprendre l'importance encore de ONPASSIVE dans l'Afrique. Donc, Dan Street, please, over to you.
Well, thank you, Marcianne, and thank you, everybody here. It's just a privilege to be able to talk to all of us like-minded people that are so excited about the opportunity that is ahead of us. I think about over the last 6 years, I've participated in many webinars designed to introduce and to inform and to help people understand this business. And in doing so, I received a tremendous benefit of increasing my knowledge and understanding of people and cultures from all over the world. And that couldn't be more obvious in the webinar that we're on today. I mean, I'm on a French webinar. And it also wouldn't have been possible if it weren't all of this amazing company that has been developed to give us the opportunity to change our lives. And I would say that a lot of us here, all of us here, have already been changed in many, many ways. And this opportunity has given us hope for the future and a way to improve our lives and the lives of others. It's given us an incredible platform to establish and develop relationships with people from all over the world. And it just blows my mind to think that I could travel to over 200 countries and actually be able to contact someone I personally know, someone I have talked to on maybe a fairly regular basis, and just be able to give them a call and say, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee or a meal. And that would not have been possible if it wasn't for Mr. Mufara, who had this vision to develop a business to give everyone the opportunity to succeed. So we can only imagine how many avenues are going to be opened up for us if we're willing to dream and focus on what we have in front of us. I believe, and I always have believed, that this is a life-changing phenomenon. And it was the smartest choice that all of us made in our lives to join this company that it's about ready to explode. So moving forward, I just like to continue to maintain control and advise people to continue to maintain control of their attitude. And we must continually strengthen our attitude about everything that's going on in our lives outside of this wonderful company we're involved with, because it has a direct impact on our future. Now, Africa is the topic of today. The way I understand it, this is what I kind of did a little research on Africa, and it's just blew me away. And we all know the amazing people we have in our company from Africa. I mean, just to, I don't want to leave anybody out. The ones that come to mind are the OTEC pros, come from a lot of others, many others. who continually provide us with valuable information that helps us all increase our knowledge and understanding of this business. On a regular basis, they do that. And Africa is a continent that is so massive that, to be honest with you, I had only a general understanding of the economic impact and potential growth that it has. So I did a little research, and it helped me understand their economy and the incredible advances that they've made over the years, and their growth really is outpacing the global average. Their projected growth for the whole continent is expected to average 3.8% in 2024 and 4.2% in 2025. That's higher than the projected global average of 3%. So that tells me there is an incredible opportunity for massive growth in Africa. And they're the second fastest growing region of economic growth after Asia. Their goals are to increase the health of their trade, their tourism, manufacturing, and mineral production. And they've given a concentrated effort to diversify their key growth sectors and to decrease the cost of living. That's amazing to me. And I learned how much Africa was divided by region, their economic progress by region. The growth in the East Africa is 5.7%. North Africa, 4.1%, Central Africa, 4.1%, Southern Africa, 2.6%, and Western Africa, 4.4%. That just helped my mind get wrapped around how to divide up the continent of Africa. So the bottom line is the population is, in Collins, and everybody can correct me if I'm wrong, it's over 1.5 billion people. And the impact that they can have now and will have in the future on the global economy is mind-blowing. It's huge. So this amazing company will allow the average person to continue to advance to the next level of economic success. And we will change the lives of millions, not only in Africa, but all over the world. And I'll end with this. I want to give a word of advice to everybody that's in our company and will achieve financial success, because I honestly believe you do. You will. And understand the laws of your country. Prepare yourselves with the knowledge of the best way to protect your income and your assets from wherever you are in Africa or anywhere in the world. And seek the guidance from professionals. No surprises. You don't want any, none of us want any surprises. And that's advice that I would give to anybody from all over the world, because we are going to succeed. We do have the opportunity to advance and get to that next level of income in our lives and change the lives of ourselves and others. So thanks. That's all I have, Marcianne.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you. Thank you for taking your Saturday away and come here to us just because you want your brothers and sisters from Africa to understand what is going on in this company. We really appreciate. Thank you. Francine or Serge, over to one of you.
D'accord. Dan nous dit ceci, que l'opportunité de ONPASSIVE nous donne espoir en l'avenir, surtout que nous pouvons interacter avec des personnes partout dans le monde. Cela n'aurait pas été possible sans H. L'Afrique est un continent si vaste et il apprend à comprendre leurs économies et les projections économiques qui sont au-delà des projections globales. L'Afrique a une croissance très vaste et diversifiée dans chacune de ces régions. La population a un impact aujourd'hui et dans les années à venir. La population africaine jouera certainement son rôle dans le monde à venir. Donc, l'entreprise ONPASSIVE va permettre de changer des vies des populations, pas seulement en Afrique, mais aussi dans le monde. Son conseil est de dire « nous allons réussir » nous allons changer le niveau de vie des populations. Dan a donné des chiffres, malheureusement, je n'ai pas eu le temps de les noter. Il a donné quelques statistiques. Je pense que quelqu'un les aura prises dans la salle. Merci beaucoup.
Oui, je peux ajouter quelque chose, Martienne.
C'est bon.
Vas-y, Serge.
Voilà, bon, c'est à peu près la même chose que ce que Francine vient de dire, mais j'aimerais insister beaucoup plus sur les possibilités de l'Afrique dont il a expliqué. Bon, il a parlé de la population de l'Afrique. Il a dit que c'est une population jeune, c'est une population qui est en croissance, de sorte que dans quelques années, la population de l'Afrique sera grande et cela représente un grand marché. Un grand marché, et donc c'est une grande possibilité, voilà, une grande possibilité pour ONPASSIVE aussi. Mais il a parlé aussi de la croissance économique. Il a donné des chiffres qui partent de 2% dans certains endroits jusqu'à 4, au-delà de 4% dans d'autres endroits. Donc il a dit qu'il y a une croissance économique voilà, très représentée et que cette croissance-là, voilà, avec ONPASSIVE, cette croissance voilà, ONPASSIVE va aider cette croissance, voilà, va aussi aider cette croissance-là. Donc voilà, pour beaucoup plus insister sur l'impact de ONPASSIVE sur l'Afrique. Voilà. C'est ce que je voulais ajouter. Sinon, ce que Francine a traduit, c'était juste. Bon, comme je suis au travail, donc je vais de temps en temps, bon, je ne vais pas voilà, mais je vais accompagner Francine de temps en temps. Voilà.
Merci beaucoup Serge, c'est intéressant. Alors, notre prochaine personne qui doit présenter, c'est quelqu'un que nous le connaissons tous, il a vraiment le cœur, il est avec ONPASSIVE. Dès qu'on l'a rencontré le premier jour, il a pris ça en marche et pour presque 5 ans et demi, chaque matin à 10 heures de New York, il fait un direct. Et avant qu'il ne commence, j'ai quelque chose que je vais dire. Nous, les Africains, nous avons beaucoup souffert. Combien de fois allons-nous mourir dans les océans en route parce qu'on est en train de vouloir venir fréquenter à l'étranger? Combien de fois est-ce que nos parents vont continuer à vendre les terrains, à vendre les maisons, à donner tout ce qu'ils ont parce qu'ils veulent envoyer les enfants à l'école? Combien de personnes vont mourir encore en Afrique parce qu'ils n'ont pas eu de l'eau potable? Combien de personnes vont rester affamées en Afrique? Pour combien de temps est-ce que ça doit encore durer? Alors, il y a une solution. La solution qu'il y en a, c'est que nous avons quelqu'un qui a décidé de lui, avec sa vision, qu'il doit essayer de sa façon de changer et de donner à plusieurs personnes cette dignité qui nous manque jusqu'à l'heure actuelle. Alors, je vais demander à notre prochain présentateur que je voudrais que vous écoutez très bien. Il n'est autre que notre frère Chris Johnson. Please, can you say something to us? Thank you.
Wow, you know what? Unlike Mike, I want to learn that language so bad because it's just sexy, it's beautiful, it's romantic, and I love it. I love French. I should have paid attention a little bit more in school. Francine and Mr. Sage, you guys are amazing. I wish I could do that, but I know I got you. So, but I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna be like me and Mike are gonna be in the same class together, I think. Well, you know what? Dan Street, Mike Ellis have said some pretty amazing things. And Dan threw up some numbers that caught me by surprise. I loved hearing that. And then I did my own research because that's what we do as speakers for a company that cares. And let me tell you some not so great things. There's 278 million people in Africa suffer from chronic hunger. That's 20% of the continent's population. By comparison, 10% are affected when looked at globally. Okay. I'm going to say something to all my French Africans and all of Africa right now is Brother Ash Mafara in Boston looked me in the eye and he said, brother, we got a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do in Africa. Those percentages to me is I want zero. I don't want to see anyone starving. As adults, you know, we might make some sacrifices and go a few days where we don't eat something, but kids, That's hard for me to handle. And I want to let everyone know in Africa that there's hope. Hope is coming. Help is coming. And I don't bring this up to knock people down, because globally we have a huge percentage of people that are not, they're not doing good. They are hungry. They don't have good water. And in this day and age, with all the money that floats around this world, it's uncalled for. It's not good. This company, run by a great CEO with a huge heart, he cares about everyone. And again, this isn't to depress you. This is to say that there's something that's better that's coming that's going to help. We have a lot of companies out there that might do a little bit here, a little bit there, but not enough, because that number is way too high. I believe that this company is seeping into every part of Africa right now through all of you. You know, Africa's got some amazing minerals in it, diamonds, gold, some of the most, how do you say it? The most beautiful land in the world. And, you know, when I think of Africa, I think of wild animals, lions and tigers and elephants, but we don't think about the, what's behind those trees or behind those deserts of people that are actually hungry. All right. We're going to change that. But let me tell you this, we have to change it. We have to change it. We have to be the change for people that maybe did not have help for generations. This company is going to explode, not just successfully. People are going to recognize us because of what this company is doing for countries like Africa. That's what it's all about for me. I could give you great numbers. I could give you factual things, but the truth, listen, no one should be hungry. Nobody should be hungry. Not a woman, man, or child. It's unthinkable for me to know that right now there's a kid or kids in Africa or in different parts of the world that are hungry. It's not good, but you have hope. This company gives me hope that me and a million other of you are going to help change that. You know, yeah, you got a lot of diamonds and gold underneath the ground in Africa, but I'm looking at a bunch of them right now that are walking around because I think you're all diamonds and I think you're all gold. And it's going to be you individuals that change your country with the help of a lot of people. That's what I love about this company. Nonstop helping people. If every company followed the lead of Ashmafara and this great company, imagine what the world would really be. But we're going to tackle it. We're going to fix it. Not on day one. It might take a little bit, but I promise you that we're going to knock it down. I don't want to see ever again 278 million people just in one country starving or looking for food or fresh water. That's the promise I made to Ashmafara from me to him, is we can do better. We're going to do better. We're not going to try. We're going to take action, as Julie Wen always says, and we're going to do to help people that need it. All right. We want to line the pockets of every person in Africa with hope, with good health, with proper medicine. That's what we have to do. That's what this company has set my mind. My mind and my heart are totally different from 4 years ago. You know why? Because I didn't think about things like that. But now, talking to people from all over the world, not only do I think about it, I just say, why? Why does it have to be that way? It's sad. It breaks my heart. And I'm not here to depress you. I'm here to tell you that you individuals, me, this whole crew, all the people, every founder in the world is going to help with this cause. And boy, are we going to do great things. Miracles will happen. Colors are going to change. We're going to bring back smiles to those kids' faces. That's what it's about for me. Miss Marcienne, I'm done. Back to you.
Wow. Thank you, brother. And I know your heart for all the time that has been in ONPASSIVE. This company have bringing a lot of great people, and you are one of those people that were hiding somewhere. And we all know your heart, and we know your passion with the hunger and bringing clean water to every household in Africa and all over the globe in general. So we believe that what you are saying is what is going to be done, and we truly believe in you. Thank you so much for taking your time today to come here and say a word to us. It means a lot for us. Thank you. So any of my brothers, Serge, you vois ton micro ouvert. Merci.
OK, en tout cas, merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, Martine, pour cette intervention. Je ne vais pas traduire littéralement comme il a dit, mais je vais prendre les points clés et puis l'idée générale dont il a développé. Il a commencé par dire qu'il aimerait bien voilà, pouvoir parler le français parce que c'est une langue, quand les gens parlent, ça l'intéresse beaucoup. Il aime voilà, cette langue-là que dans les prochains temps, peut-être qu'il aura le temps d'étudier et puis de parler comme les autres. Voilà, parlant de l'Afrique, voilà, il a donné certains pourcentages qui, pour moi, sont des pourcentages des impacts de la famine en Afrique. Et ça, c'est vraiment important de le souligner. Il faut dire qu'en Afrique, il y a franchement encore des populations qui sont menacées par la faim. Voilà, il a parlé de certains pourcentages que je n'ai pas eu le temps de noter. Mais l'idée est qu'en Afrique, il y a encore des populations qui souffrent de cette famine-là. Voilà. Il a dit aussi que dans ce cas, en Afrique, il y a encore beaucoup à faire, il y a encore beaucoup d'aide que nous pouvons attribuer aux Africains, que nous pouvons donner aux Africains. Et ça, c'est important de le dire. Maintenant, il a parlé de quelque chose qui m'a beaucoup impressionné. Il a dit que quand on regarde l'Afrique, on voit beaucoup de choses. On voit, par exemple, les minéraux, les ressources minérales, voilà, les ressources minérales comme le diamant, comme le cobalt, en tout cas tout ce que nous connaissons. Et les gens ont tendance à regarder ça seulement. Les gens ont tendance à regarder, par exemple, la faune, c'est-à-dire voyant les forêts, les animaux, il a cité quelques animaux aussi. Mais, bon, beaucoup de personnes voient cette face-là, mais peu de personnes s'intéressent à ce qui est caché devant cette beauté de l'Afrique. Et derrière cette beauté-là, il y a énormément de souffrance. Et donc, ce que ONPASSIVE veut faire, c'est de venir ne pas regarder superficiellement comme les autres le regardent, mais regarder en profondeur et lutter contre cette pauvreté, cette famine. Et il a dit aussi que, voilà, avec ONPASSIVE, on pourra combattre ces problèmes de l'eau, ces problèmes de la nourriture et puis aussi ces problèmes de médicaments, c'est-à-dire de la médecine. Donc voilà, à la fin, il a dit que nous voulons donner de l'espoir à l'Afrique en nous engageant dans ces domaines, comme je viens de le citer, le domaine de la nourriture, le domaine de la médecine et puis aussi le domaine de l'eau. Donc moi, ma petite touche, c'est que quand il dit que nous allons, voilà, ONPASSIVE va faire cela, ONPASSIVE va faire telle ou telle chose, ce n'est pas que l'entreprise ONPASSIVE va venir commencer à investir tout et tout ça, mais ONPASSIVE donne la possibilité à nous qui sommes africains, sur le continent africain ou bien à l'extérieur, d'avoir des possibilités de créer ces aides-là. Donc voilà ce que j'ai pu noter. À toi, Francine.
Merci Serge pour ce résumé. Je voudrais insister sur l'aspect de ne pas déprimer. Si nous parlons de la pauvreté de l'Afrique aujourd'hui, Chris a dit ceci. Il ne donne pas ces informations ni ces chiffres pour déprimer. Loin de là, il y a beaucoup d'espoir. Donc, nous partons toujours sur une note positive, une note agréable. Malgré tout cela, H. Moufare est venu avec ONPASSIVE et nous qui sommes de ONPASSIVE, Il nous revient donc de voir comment nous allons changer les choses. C'est en substance ce que Chris nous a dit. Merci beaucoup, Chris. Merci.
Merci, merci Francine et Serge pour cette belle interprétation de notre frère Chris Johnson. And I'm going to say something here. I know we speak two languages because our next person that is going to come up in the panel is somebody that we all know. He give all his time, all his moment, all his soul for this great company because he understood and he know that this company is here to change the world globally and to give dignity to people. A lot of us have lost hope. A lot of us has lost a lot of hope in this world. A lot of us has lost a lot of things, a lot of our things. So what I'm going to say now is how long is it going to take for us Africa to get out from where we are? We have seen things. We have gone through hell. We have stayed with hunger, with poverty, in every sense of our bone, of our soul. Our parents have put their money together, sell everything that they have to send their children abroad to come to school. How long is it going to take? For how long? Children are going to die in the ocean because they want to travel to come abroad to go to school. For how long we are going to pack our packages and start walking in the woods, in the forest, just because we want to look for where to go and have something to eat. He have taken too long. But there's one person in this world that have said enough is enough. No parent should be going through that again. No mother will be crying that their children are dead somewhere that they cannot come back home. No mother will ever again be suffering when they are going to labor their children in the hospital just because they don't have transportation. Nobody should go through what we have gone through. And this person have decided on his own and his own vision to bring this great company that he knows he's not going to be at the minute, but it's going to take a little while. But he knows that little by little, he can get it from one person to one person to one person, and the whole world in general will have some kind of hope, and the dignity will come back to the people. And this, our next person that I'm going to introduce to say something is not other than our brother Machi Degamo that understood what I just said right now. Thank you, brother Machi Degamo, for taking your time to come here again this Saturday morning and to say something to us, to make us understand the value and the impact and what we have in our hand and how we can use it to make the impact around the globe. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And all the speakers before me, I didn't even have to be here. They covered almost everything. What I did was, though, what I love about look, we talk about people starving. There's about $400 trillion on this planet. 30 billion, nobody would be hungry. That's not a lot. 30 billion a year would feed everybody. And it's pretty sad that we have somebody at hundreds of billions and some people have absolutely zero. But anyway, I went through and tried to pick up some information. And what I love about the company, I'm going to have to share a screen. See if I got it. That's it. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm sharing.
We can see it, Marty. We can see it.
Okay. The beauty of the company, I'm going to try to go quick because I don't want it to go real long, is it's an equal opportunity. It does not care if you're from Africa, doesn't care what language you speak, doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter if you're ugly or beautiful, tall, fat, skinny, bull-headed. The company was designed from the very beginning. The inception of the company was He wanted to uplift humanity. And because of the way it was structured and set up, that if a sale goes through and it's a $100 product and you get $25, so does the family in Africa. I don't care where you're at. It's equal. It's all equal. And the big benefit, like Mike Ellis said, was in the real world, online, if you don't know how to market, and I mean market, I don't mean buying names and emails that people try to sell you because it's garbage. You learn how to market, you can make it, but it's a lot of work. It's a moving target. Ashmufar took all that into consideration and said, I want to take somebody just because they believe, they have the faith, and I want to make everybody a hero. I want to lift up everyone. And I love that. Myself, Mike, and Dan roamed around online for 20 years. We learned things, no doubt about it. We could market, no joke. But at the very end of the journey, before we came in ONPASSIVE, the biggest thing hit us right in the face. We couldn't bring anybody with us. And we had to use people as a stepping stone to get where we wanted to be. And that was horrible. And then we thought, well, we'll duplicate what we're doing. How many people could I show? How many people could take the 5 years it took me full time, by the way, 10 hours a day, 7 days a week for many years, and take that and give it to some lady who's a single mom, has 3 kids and working a job and a half. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. And the industry is set up. That's why 1 or 2% succeed. In this company, under Mr. Mufara, if you take the tools that he has available for us and you use them, everyone has the same opportunity and can go to any level unlimited. And I know for a fact, researching and looking it up and talking to my other African family, and you see it online, there's many, many young people over there that have the brains, have the skills, but have nothing to do with it. They have no way to use it. They're vacuumed in some area where they don't get the access that we are privileged to have. And so I want to go over some numbers real quick. If an African family, if you look at all the percentages, okay, I didn't take it country by country and village by village, that would take too long. Average company making $1,000 more a month would impact their standard of life big time. Massive living standard change. Basic needs, better housing, clean water. I can walk 10 feet and get a glass of water, and I don't have to pray that it doesn't kill me. People in Africa will go get water, and sometimes it'll make them sick. Couldn't even imagine that. And that shouldn't be that way. Reasonably priced food. This can improve cleanliness and help to stop hunger. That's the goal, lifting up humanity. Improve affordability for medicine, hospital visits, private care. Education, consistent education via supplies, uniforms, and school fees, where education is the path of poverty. You learn more, you want more, you can do more. This is an especially critical. Older children could gain from vocational training or higher education, hence possibly ending poverty cycles for next generations. We're working now for tomorrow, and tomorrow we're working for the next day. And listen, we start off with a million strong. In a year, there'll be 50 million. And some of those will be in the core, like we are, that have the heart to build up others, to lift people above yourself. And by the way, I'm babbling along. This is all written down. I have given it to AI, Francine and Marcienne, so they will translate it into French. Extra income helps families save for crisis and make investments in profitable assets as land, cattle, small business, pay off debt, help people to strengthen their financial situation. Higher spending power could favorably affect local markets, businesses, services. African civilians appreciate community solidarity. Therefore, households may share. This is a big deal. This is the thing about Africa that's going to make this happen leverage-wise. It's going to happen because Africa already, because there isn't a lot, when somebody has, they usually share with somebody that doesn't. Now, let's take that thought and that family environment and start to build up resources, which we call money, where they can go bigger, better, faster, bigger, okay? And that's what I believe with all my heart will happen because of the system that Mr. Murfara has set up for us. Mental social health, improve family ties and daily survival depending on financial stability. This helps to lower stress. Look, I have stress, but I couldn't imagine having stress with some people, and it's billions, it's not millions. Billions of people are living this way on a planet that is full of money. It's literally full of money. We are not creating wealth. We just got a big rake and we're going to rake some of it over to other people that need it. Because obviously some of them don't want to share. And when you have the quality of products that we're going to have, how much selling do you need to do? This is this platform, this is ours. This costs twice as much, this is half as much, this has double the technology. And the community of loving people helping each other. You tell me where people are going to go. You know what it feels like here? You don't think there's millions, if not tens of millions of people that would love to join us? Yes. So let's do our 2%. We only have to do 2%. Ash did 98, maybe 99. And that's all you got to do is when this starts to come in, like Mike Ellis said, Dan Street, you make your first 25. You know what that means to me? First time I made any money online, I said, if I can do that, it's unlimited because all you have to do is scale it. The cool thing is Ash has built in a scale for us. You don't have to get better at marketing. You don't have to get more crafty. Trust me, you're in a business that is legit and they care about you. You will walk different. You will look different. You will act different. You will be different. And you will change people by the millions. Empowerment, more people involved in political and social events. Voice in local concerns. Here's what I want to say. Take a good-hearted person from ONPASSIVE that lives in Africa. He has built up his net worth and his viability in that country. And now he moves into a level where he or she has a say on the politics of how things run. Now, it's not going to happen overnight. But this is where this starts. This is where it starts. It creeps up on you. I got a story about creeping up. We had a store here called Kmart, one of the biggest in the United States. They were told, be careful. There's a store coming called Walmart. They laughed. They said, who are they? We're a giant. I got sad news. Where's Kmart now? There isn't one. This is what's happening. We're coming. Ash build it, and they will come because of the ethics and because of the way he built it. Empowerment, more people involved. Okay, I said that. Let me move down. I got to get going. I got a talking problem. In many areas of Africa, an extra 1,000 a month is noteworthy, often more than the median salary. 1,000 extra a month. It can hold on. It can enable underprivileged households to move toward middle class and undergo positive transformation. You hear a lot about transformation every time you're online now. Every video I go to, people bring up different types of transformation. We need to transformation of human beings. That's where it's going to be powerful. By the way, when I talked about education earlier, how education can lift up and get people out of poverty, the education will be inside our ecosystem. I didn't even say that. I could keep breaking it down and breaking it down. It would take me 4 days. But I want you to get the idea. 2,000 extra a month would probably reach middle class living or above economic stability. How might this change their life? How might this change your life? Improve quality of living, housing, with modern utilities such as running water, electricity, sanitation. They can upgrade to a safer, more enjoyable home. Food security. One might reach access to a wide balance of diet, reasonable price, premium food. The family access to computers, internet, cell phones, enhanced connectivity and educational possibilities. You see this thing right here about connectivity? This is big with the old tech guys. You ever get a chance to talk to them? If we can communicate, we can change the world. We can communicate, we can change the world. And that's where we're going. You know, there's people over getting this generator to get enough oomph to listen to 20 minutes. And if it's not a good 20 minutes, they just lost their internet. You give people the access at this level, now they can get half decent internet. Now what happens? Now they get to be involved. They get to hear it firsthand. Putting money toward learning. Higher quality schools, sending kids to private or better equipped ones, offer better prospects in education. Beyond basic schooling for children, they can afford specialist training, overseas schooling. And this, all this, I'm going to summarize. I believe someday, I don't know when, but I know Ask wants to go there. You'll be able to go to school have the best teachers on the planet in your living room. Picture that. Without all the nonsense. Some people go to college and they 30-40% of their classes have nothing to do with what they're going to be doing. Nothing. Knitting, you know, home economics. Yeah, it's stuff you don't need. Wealth building, economic security, savings, set aside big amounts of retirement, long-term goals, or crisis. Investing, people might put money into small businesses, such as transportation, farms, stores, the real estate or property brings rental income. This is longer term, but what I'm telling you, and this is a big, big word, it's possible. From the impossible to possible. Give rural folks farming tools or livestock, insurance with property, life, health, and guard against unanticipated losses. Social agencies, movement, community leadership by helping or directing local development project a family may earn prospects and power. Philanthropy, many create communities support pillars by helping neighbors or extended relatives. Let's remember something. You do this right. All of you have family in Africa. Some of you are listening from Africa right now. When this starts to work, you share what you know. Knowledge is power. You share and you give them the toolbox that you got from Mr. Mufara. And this will explode because your effort is one thing. When you share your effort with somebody else, that's double the power. You two share it again, that's triple the power. And before you know it, boom. A penny a day doubled for 30 days is over $5-6 million. Right? It's leveraging. Enhanced way of life. Traveling. Have a car opens employment and makes travel easier. Viability of private healthcare guarantees quick and high quality treatment. Families can afford leisure activities, vacation, international travel, and common sought aim. Intended influence. Ending the poverty cycle, long-term income at this level could change the path of a family, offer opportunities for the next generation. Motivating motivational others. Their success could motivate others to bring about like changes in their local area. There I go again. When you're there and it happens and it's happening, you don't have to say a lot. People will see success. You walk it, you look it, you act it. I'm not saying be arrogant, because your success is going to be led with a heart. And they're going to say, oh my gosh, they're going to feel safe coming to you. Can I be part of this? You darn right you can. And that's the beauty of it. Global situation, 2,000 a month, about 24,000 annually, placed the family among the wealthiest earners in several African nations. That's if you hit 2,000 a month. And if you go back to a couple of my lives, I break down how many sales equal how much money. And you could find out exactly how many sales you would need to make 2,000 a month. And it doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. Rural areas. This could point to a considerable wealth akin to of affluent households. In cities, it could point to probably under a middle class way of life. This money might change their life, cover their needs, enable them to flourish. Should 100 African households make 2,000 more a month, the nation, community, or area would gain. Here we investigate a potential transformation. Okay? Local economic expansion. The extra income would be 200,000 a month is 2.4 million annually. Increased spending power. This household would greatly support local business, hence bolstering markets, stores, services. Local companies gain from growing need from infrastructure, good and services. Entrepreneurs can make investments in companies that staff others. You're growing, and when you grow, you create businesses hire people. This is how we can get moving on this. It's going to take work, like Chris Johnson said. This isn't going to be overnight boom and you have a magic wand. There's no magic wand. There's magic. Our company is magical if you take it and work it. Our company is magical if you take it and you work it. Infrastructure development. New riches may pay for a better house, hospital, educational institution. This covers electricity grid, water systems, not just the well, roadways. Families might work together to establish projects, including renewable energy sources like business or agriculture cooperatives. Think about it. Now you're talking a mass amount of people making X amount of dollars, a mass amount, not one. And you just keep pushing and keep growing. And because of the communication, we'll only get bigger, better, faster. Education revolution. By enrolling every child from these households into top-notch institutions, which could be online through this company, improves literacy and skill levels. Educational institution, these families might support local communities by making investments in local school buildings or improvements. Now you're building schools. Now you're bringing teachers in. You have people in your, listen, all of you speak 2 or 3 languages. I have trouble with English. I mean, that's massive for me to see people speak different languages. Enhanced higher education access. More youngsters enroll in universities helps to develop qualified professionals. And when you start to build the structure for the professionals, you're not dying in a boat trying to get to the United States or somewhere else. Start building your own country and build it and build it and build it. And I believe we're going to see a big difference within 5 years, like As said. Social culture influence. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. Less inequality. The difference between these homes and the ultra poor will lessen. The difference will lessen. You're not going to have 2, 3 people worth billions. Now you're going to have many people worth enough to live a half decent life, which is unbelievable. Therefore, receiving social pressures. Empowerment. Newfound wealth could inspire families and help to create an aspirational culture. Culture's the deal. The strongest thing in this company is the culture. It is the culture of the people. We have everything else. Astra's going to do everything else. We don't have to worry about it. We have a culture that if we just move this culture with the tools that Astra's given us, it's over. And we're going to make an impact. Will we change everything? No. But we're going to see the difference, and that's a big deal. You change one life, it's worth doing. Community leadership. These families could be supportive of more general development initiatives. Welfare and wellness. Better health results for these families would come from better food, clean water, healthcare. Supporting local clinics, buildings, or enhancement benefits the whole society. I've heard about people walking 2 and 3 and 4 miles to go to a place to see a doctor. And when they get there, not only is the doctor gone, there's no building and they're sick. People died on the journey to get there. That's nonsense. And we could do something about it. I don't want you to think this is turn on a switch. But this fuse has been ignited a long time ago. And we're about to explode. And it's going to keep on exploding. But it's up to us to carry that torch, to move it forward. Regional and national effects, regional economic growth. Rich influx might inspire commerce and employment possibilities, therefore helping neighboring communities. Listen to me. Instead of pulling people out of your country to work somewhere else, wouldn't it be cool if people started to go to Africa because they're looking for a job? And that could happen. If all of the above happens, and I believe it can happen. Tax revenue. Taxing this money might pay for infrastructure. The thing is, if your politics is not good, no matter how much taxes you said, it's not going to happen. So like I said, there'll be people that started off in our company that worked their way up into politics. It's a good thing no matter what. It's always going to be a little bit of an uphill battle, but at least we have climbing gear. You don't want to climb a mountain with flip-flops on, okay? We have the gear. Model community. The success of these families could motivate projects all around the world. Jump across generation. This endeavor might improve the quality of life for hundreds of families, influence whole communities for the millennia. Therefore, laying the foundation for social and economic. Should 1,000 Africans make 2,000 a month, the country or region would undergo social economic transformation, a complete break. I don't know if I need to say all this because I kind of said it. Let me see. Anyway, this will be given a copy. They have a copy, and all of you will be able to get it. I don't want to take too much more time, but I broke it down. Families with consistent income can create generational wealth by means of savings, investing, real estate. Okay, I went over all that. Yeah, I'll just say the last part. With this shift, the social and economic scene of the area may be changed, therefore benefit tens of thousands more in addition to the 1,000 individuals, because it's a chain reaction. You help a thousand start, it could change tens of thousands. Anyway, I'm sorry I took so long, but it is delivered, and they can change it to French. Thank you very much.
Wow, Bro Amadi. Thank you so much. This is, I don't even know what to say. If there's anybody that is missing this, please, this is being recorded in so many YouTube channels. Make sure that you share it. You click on the notification so that you don't have to miss any of the Madi live every morning. Please share it. You know, sharing is caring, is love. We have to do that. Just send that. You are not paying anything to do that. Push it to the next person that is not here today. Send it until everybody in the jungle in Africa They know why we are here, and we say this every day. Thank you, Bramadi. I know it was a long explanation of what is going on, but I'm just going to ask Francine to say a little word, because this, we are going to make it a full webinar in French on it. We are going to translate it and make it a full webinar on French. But I just want her to say a little word, a little something, and we can go from there, please. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Marty. Merci pour ce grand cours. C'est une leçon qu'on vient d'avoir. Et je vais laisser Serge le faire parce que je sais que Serge a beaucoup de capacités en termes de chiffres et de résumés. Donc, Serge, s'il te plaît, est-ce que tu pourrais résumer Marty? On a déjà la traduction en français, hein, donc rassurez-vous, on va la partager sous forme audio et ensuite, on va le faire au cours des séminaires, comme l'a dit Martienne. Mais Serge va récapituler pour nous en réunion ce soir. Merci, Serge.
Ok, bonsoir encore une fois. Bon, c'est un cours c'est un cours magistral et il a parlé franchement de quelque chose qui a une très grande importance en Afrique. Bon, comme Martienne vient de le dire là, je pense que nous allons réserver ça pour une réunion parce qu'il a dit énormément de choses, franchement des choses très intéressantes. Je pense que tout ce qu'il a expliqué ou bien tout ce qu'il a relaté, il a relaté cela, à mon sens, il a relaté cela du point de vue extérieur, c'est-à-dire quelqu'un qui ne vit pas en Afrique, qui voit ce que l'impact ou bien l'importance ou bien, comment je peux dire ça, ce que peut faire 1000 $. Mais nous qui sommes Africains, nous qui avons vécu là-bas, nous sommes nés là-bas, nous savons ce que cela signifie. Parce que j'ai pris quelques notes ici, il a parlé en tout cas, tout ce qu'il a expliqué, il a dit, il a montré ce que peut faire 1000 $. C'est-à-dire, si quelqu'un a un salaire plus, c'est-à-dire comment on appelle, un revenu plus de 1000 $, ce que ces 1000 $ peuvent changer en Afrique. Et c'est très important. Je donne quelques informations ici. 1000 $, ça fait plus de 500, ça peut aller jusqu'à 600 $, 600 000 francs CFA. Et les 600 000 francs CFA, imaginez qu'un maître d'école, un instituteur d'école ne peut même pas avoir 200 000 francs. Imaginez comment on appelle, un soldat, un gendarme ne peut même pas avoir 300 000 francs. Imaginez qu'un professeur à l'université ne peut même pas avoir 500 000 francs. Donc, quand on prend 1000 $, voyez comment on peut placer, où est-ce qu'on peut placer les 1000 $ sur la couche quand on va dans le monde du travail, dans le monde des salariés. Donc, ça signifie beaucoup de choses. Quand on prend maintenant du côté de ONPASSIVE, la dernière fois, nous avons présenté, Martin Degamo lui-même, il nous a présenté une petite analyse. Pour avoir les 1000 $ avec ONPASSIVE, si on part à partir de 35 $ comme commission par vente, on a besoin seulement de 30 clients ou bien 30 ventes. Après 30 ventes, quelqu'un peut avoir les 1000 $. Et quand on fait une comparaison, faire 30 ventes, ONPASSIVE va vous envoyer des clients. Et comme j'ai l'habitude de le dire, si vous-même vous avez la possibilité vous connaissez en Internet, dans le marketing, vous pouvez avoir facilement 10 clients et ajouter. Donc, 30 clients dans le mois, pour moi, c'est très facile avec ONPASSIVE. Donc, 30 clients, déjà, vous avez les 1000 $. Et les 1000 $, un professeur dans une grande école ou bien à l'université ne peut même pas avoir les 1000 $. Donc, voyez ce que ONPASSIVE vient faire, ce que ONPASSIVE vient donner aux Africains. C'est-à-dire, quand tu as ONPASSIVE, on a l'impression que tu es franchement, au niveau salarié, au niveau des salaires, tu as un grand niveau. Et les 1000 $, c'est peut-être pour un mois. Et le mois prochain, on peut nager maintenant dans les 3000 $, dans les 4000 $. Et la dernière fois, après nos calculs, On peut même avoir plus de 25 000 dollars dans le mois. Donc, venez et voyez ce que ONPASSIVE est capable de faire à nos populations africaines. Maintenant, je ne vais pas rentrer trop en profondeur, mais avec les 1000 dollars, qu'est-ce que quelqu'un peut faire? Il a cité certains changements comme au niveau de les 1000 dollars peuvent t'apporter un meilleur logement. Les 1000 dollars peuvent t'apporter de l'eau potable. Les 1000 dollars peuvent t'apporter beaucoup de choses au niveau de l'alimentation, des améliorations dans la salubrité et de l'éradication de la famine. Parce que ça va ensemble. Voilà. Les 1000 dollars sont utiles aussi pour avoir des meilleurs soins. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, il y a certains hôpitaux, quand tu vas, si tu n'as rien, on ne peut pas te recevoir. Mais avec 1000 dollars, ça fait 600 et quelques mille francs déjà. Quand tu arrives, les bras des cliniques vont s'ouvrir pour toi. Okay. Voilà, donc, sincèrement, je ne vais pas rentrer trop en profondeur, mais comme Martial l'a dit, nous allons avoir une réunion spéciale où nous allons décortiquer tout ce que Martine vient de dire parce que c'est très, très, très important. Il faut que tout un chacun comprenne et sache ce qu'il vient de dire là. Voilà. Merci, Martial.
Merci, merci, merci Serge, merci. Tenez-vous-en, cette réunion doit avoir lieu pas plus tard que cette semaine. So we're going to have another meeting, a special one just for French people to break down what Brahmadi said in French only. Thank you so much. So now we have, you know, this company have brought a lot of people together around the globe. And all of us that we are in here, we never we didn't know each other before. The company brought us together and we are in different places around the globe. So this is one thing that we have been beneficiary. We already got from this company 1 million and plus people around the globe coming from a different background and different places. And today we have one of our sisters that she's very passionate about this company because she knows what it's going to bring to her, particularly, and to other people around her, because she's here to uplift humanity and to give dignity to other people. She have the heart. She break and she get a part of the heart of our CEO, the person who brought this company to us. She always talk about the company. So we are very pleased to have her here with us today. I know Saturday is the day that we have our time, but she chose to be here because she knows the value that this company is going to bring to the world and to us, Africa and the French-speaking community in particular. So my sister Julie Wen, please come to the panel and say something to us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Sister Marcian and everyone. And I'm so glad you are putting me talking behind all the gentlemen that was talking, because everything that they say will prove the point that I'm going to bring up, and the point that I'm going to bring up will prove the point of everything that everyone is saying. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to really highlight on what Mr. Ashmufara is creating, right? And if I may, I'm going to bring up a few points and then I'll pause, I'll have you translate, and then we'll do that from now on so that we kind of get understood of what I'm saying. So today, we wanted to really highlight what ONPASSIVE is, what Mr. Ashmufara, whether or not it is ONPASSIVE or everything that Mr. Ashmufara creating, it's what I am gonna follow, because we know his heart. We know his meticulous decisions and things that he make. And ONPASSIVE is one of the, it is a company that he created, and we understand that it is an AI power technology company, and it will make a big significance difference in every individuals around the world, and particular today we're talking about Africa. The company that ONPASSIVE, that Mr. Ashmufara creating, that is offering everything that talking about how we are creating an automated business tools. It's designed to help all the companies around the world, whether or not it's a small, medium business, they can streamline their operations. And not only that, it's creating an incredible opportunities for individuals who participate in it. Whether you are or we are an aspiring entrepreneur, or we are someone who's looking for extra income, or we are someone who's looking to build a new skills. ONPASSIVE has it. What Mr. Ashmufara created is really focusing about that. So I wanted to pause here for our sister to translate or brother to translate.
Merci Julie, bienvenue parmi nous ce soir. Nous sommes contents de t'avoir. Julie nous dit donc qu'elle est très contente de prendre la parole ce soir après toutes les personnes qui sont intervenues, et son intervention de ce soir va porter essentiellement à mettre la lumière sur ce que Ashmufare est en train de faire à travers la compagnie ONPASSIVE. Donc, elle va développer ces points ici parce que la compagnie ONPASSIVE est attendue pour impacter significativement tout le monde dans tous les continents et particulièrement en Afrique, puisque c'est ce dont nous parlons ce soir. Donc, ONPASSIVE va faire la différence. Serge, est-ce que vous voulez compléter? Ou Martienne, c'est bon?
Oui, je crois que c'est
Non,
effectivement
c'est bon, c'est bon.
ce que Julie a dit. Elle peut
Oui.
continuer.
Okay, so the first point that I wanted to bring on is that ONPASSIVE empowers individuals to become entrepreneur. In many parts of Africa, starting a business can be very expensive and complex. Not just Africa, I believe it's everywhere. So ONPASSIVE is giving us an affordable and automated solutions. It can make it so easy for anyone to come in and start a business and run a business online, whether or not it is an e-commercial store or a service-based business. With all the tools that we have been witnessing in the past years, that it will empower any business owner that wants to create or want to run their business. It's a powerful marketing that we have. We have customer management, we have sales automation. All of the points that I'm talking about today, it's not happening tomorrow. It's an ongoing process that Mr. Mufara is creating and tuning it so that every individual can operate their business without literally needing the technical expertise.
Voilà, ce qu'elle vient de dire, c'est que ONPASSIVE est tellement intéressant que ONPASSIVE va créer des entrepreneurs, ou bien ce qu'on dit communément des businessmen, des businesswomen.
Serge, est-ce que tu peux ouvrir ta caméra, s'il te plaît?
Ouais, c'est toi qui as fermé là-bas, je peux pas
Non,
ouvrir.
je ne l'ai pas fait, c'est toi-même.
Non, c'est pas, je peux pas ouvrir. Parce il me dit que c'est le host qui a fermé là-bas.
Ok, attends que je tourne, c'est parce que tu riais sur le panel. Attends que j'ouvre ça. J'essaye de voir.
Oui.
Oui, attends là. Essaye de voir, ça va? Voilà.
Ah, ok, d'accord. Voilà, donc je reprends et je pense que ça, c'est son domaine, c'est son domaine préféré. C'est le domaine de voilà, la sœur qui a parlé. Elle a dit quelque chose de très important. Elle a dit que ONPASSIVE va faire des entrepreneurs, c'est-à-dire ONPASSIVE va nous permettre de devenir des businessmen, des businesswomen, va nous permettre de faire des affaires, des hommes d'affaires, voilà, des femmes d'affaires, tout ça. Et pourquoi? À cause de tous les logiciels que ONPASSIVE présente. Vous voyez? Et puis aussi à cause de modèles de marketing que ONPASSIVE présente. C'est-à-dire quoi? ONPASSIVE vient avec tous les éléments nécessaires pour permettre à tout un chacun de devenir un businessman ou bien un businesswoman, c'est-à-dire des personnes d'affaires, des femmes d'affaires, des hommes d'affaires. Voilà, c'est ce que j'ai pu retenir. Bon, et elle a dit que tout cela ne sera pas du tic au tac, c'est-à-dire que dès qu'on passive commence, les choses sont là pour que vous allez devenir du jour au lendemain des business, mais ça va prendre un peu de temps, le temps que tout un chacun puisse maîtriser ou bien s'orienter avec tous ces logiciels-là pour créer son entreprise et puis créer son business. Merci.
So the second point that I want to bring up is that ONPASSIVE is offering opportunities for passive income. As you have heard, what Marty's, what Dan Street, what Mike Ellis have said, ONPASSIVE is offering an opportunity for anyone that would want to have a little bit of earning a little bit of income, whether or not through, owning the product, reselling the product, but ONPASSIVE is where individuals can earn commissions by promoting whether or not the products or the services. It is an excellent opportunity where some people just don't want to launch a traditional business, but it's still with ONPASSIVE products and the services, it still help an individual to earn an online income, right? And it's a very simple way for individual, even if you already have a business with ONPASSIVE, with what Mr. Ashmofar are creating, individuals can earn extra income through sharing the product or using the product. And I believe that is a huge opportunity for any individuals, whether or not they are very talented, have certain skills, or just an individuals simply wants to work to just earn a little income. I mean, there are so many people around the world working 40, 80 hours, a month or a week, but not have an opportunity to earn little extra income. And ONPASSIVE and what Mr. Ashmofar are creating, it's the opportunity. So I believe it is a land of opportunity for everyone around the world, not just Africa.
Voilà, elle vient de... Ok, allons, Francine.
Oui, Julie disait que en deuxième point, elle pense que ONPASSIVE offre des revenus passifs grâce aux commissions et ensuite des personnes qui peuvent ne pas se sentir à l'aise peuvent gagner un revenu en ligne également, bien qu'elles n'aient pas de compétences particulières. Des particuliers peuvent également gagner juste en parlant de l'opportunité et en partageant l'opportunité, que l'on ait des compétences ou pas. Beaucoup de gens n'ont pas cette opportunité de par le monde et elles pensent que c'est une opportunité qui est offerte globalement et pas seulement aux Africains, bien sûr.
And so the third point I want to bring up is that ONPASSIVE, or through Mr. Ashmofar, all of us individually or in a group of people have learned valuable skills, right? In the past 6 years, ask yourself, have you learned anything else more than what you already have? Personally, I have. Not only that we learn the skills, we also have an opportunity to build up our confidence, build up more knowledge about how to create certain things. The updates that Mr. Ashmofar is giving us every time he comes on, not only that, talking about the skills or the talent about the business, but also the confident, the individual, the personal skills as well. How many of us see ourselves changes from our old self in the last 6 years until today? Personally, to be honest with you, I feel like I can love more. I think about other people more instead of just myself. That skills, it gives us an opportunity to actually do better to the world. And I believe all of my friends here in ONPASSIVE, and especially my African friends, when you have a conversations with them, it's all about one. They want to learn new skills, new talents. They want to learn it, and all that they are doing, every single one of them wants to go back and help their countries where, and that's the skills that I believe it takes a whole entire community for us to be able to develop that. We are learning from each other, and that's what valuable to me from ONPASSIVE as well.
Donc, le troisième point que Julie soulève ici est que ONPASSIVE nous a permis d'acquérir des compétences additionnelles. Nous avons eu l'opportunité de développer des talents, tous que nous sommes. Nous avons développé la confiance notamment. Combien d'entre nous se retrouvent avec des talents qui nous permettent d'offrir mieux au monde? Bien des gens ici veulent apprendre et aller donner en retour. Nous apprenons les uns des autres.
Voilà, voilà, si je peux ajouter ce qu'elle a dit, elle a parlé aussi de ONPASSIVE qui nous a permis de développer en nous l'amour et un sentiment fort de vouloir tendre la main à d'autres personnes. C'est-à-dire, elle a dit que avec ONPASSIVE, il y a certaines personnes qui pensent déjà rentrer chez eux, dans leur pays, et offrir des opportunités à d'autres. Voilà, c'est-à-dire tendre la main à d'autres, à leur communauté ou bien à d'autres personnes. Merci.
So the next point I wanted to bring up is that ONPASSIVE supports financial inclusion. How many of us here from Africa have access to traditional banking, right? Many people still lack of that part. You know, so with ONPASSIVE, and as we understand, there's a payment service, payment system within ONPASSIVE. As you know, I'm speaking about this today because of the information and the little knowledge that I understand about ONPASSIVE, but there is so much more. And with this digital payment system or online platforms that ONPASSIVE has, it allows individuals like ourselves here around the world can participate in the global economy, you know, make transactions, you know, easier, running business even easier without the traditional banking or without even get access to it. And how many individuals around the world right now has no access to internet? You know, and so some of the key points that I bring it here is what I recognize what ONPASSIVE is doing. And what ONPASSIVE does is create with inclusions of everyone around the world with a heart. And that's what I see on this final point of ONPASSIVE.
Oui, Julie dit que elle a abordé le point de l'accès bancaire. Dans notre communauté, combien de personnes ont réellement accès à la banque? Elle parle de cela aujourd'hui parce que nous, de ONPASSIVE, allons prendre part à une économie globale et l'Afrique en fait partie. Elle reconnaît l'inclusion des uns et des autres. Sur une note personnelle, je pourrais ajouter que ce que Julie dit aujourd'hui compléterait parfaitement la note de Marty Digarmo sur l'impact de la finance dans les familles. Parce que le système bancaire est de plus en plus contrôlé dans nos pays. Il ne faut pas penser que l'Afrique n'a pas besoin de ces informations-ci. Ça fait totalement partie de l'évolution économique et globale de notre monde. Et c'est très bien que Julie aborde ce problème ce soir. Ça fait partie du sujet que nous débattons. Merci beaucoup.
So to wrap all the points that I've said a few minutes ago, ONPASSIVE is not just a business tool. It's just not just a platform. Whatever created by Mr. Ashmufara will help individuals in Africa and people around the world. It will help us to achieve financial independence. It will help us to develop valuable skills, and it will help us to create more opportunities to people around the world by ONPASSIVE, you know, providing very affordable technology and an opportunity for everyone around the world, no matter how much access you have to internet or not. We have an opportunity to create and to generate income. So ONPASSIVE is empowering every generations, and especially the next generations of entrepreneurs and the digital leaders across the continent, and everything that is happened in this place where Mr. Ashmufara is leading. I believe everything that does is from the heart, and as you know, whatever comes from the heart will happen, and it will last forever. And so that's what I see how ONPASSIVE impact in Africa. Thank you so much for having me.
Serge, vas-y. Ok, Julie a dit que ONPASSIVE n'est pas seulement une plateforme. Tout ce que ONPASSIVE fait va nous aider à créer plus d'opportunités de par le monde. Nous avons une opportunité d'impacter les futures générations des entrepreneurs et nous savons que ce qui découle du cœur est permanent et se réalise. Serge, je pense que je n'ai pas tout capté, s'il te plaît.
Voilà, elle a parlé de l'indépendance, en fait, de l'indépendance financière. C'est ce qu'il faut ajouter. Elle a dit que ONPASSIVE vient pour donner cette indépendance financière. Et avec l'indépendance financière, voilà, les communes, bon, tout un chacun pourrait s'offrir ce qu'il veut. Voilà, donc voilà un peu le thème qu'elle a abordé en dernier lieu. Merci.
Merci beaucoup à notre sœur Julie. Et comme vous l'avez entendu dire, l'indépendance financière, c'est quelque chose que nous tous, nous avons besoin. Nous avons besoin de cette indépendance financière, nous avons besoin du temps. Parce que même si on a l'indépendance financière, on n'a pas du temps, on ne peut pas acheter, on ne peut pas, on n'arrivera pas à arriver là où on veut. Alors, la compagnie que nous sommes en train de parler de ça aujourd'hui, non seulement ça doit nous donner le temps, ça doit aussi nous donner cette indépendance-là. Donc, vraiment, si vous nous écoutez comme vous êtes en train de le faire et que vous vous posez les questions, comment est-ce que je dois en bénéficier? Voici l'une des raisons. Merci beaucoup à notre sœur Julie. Bon, ce soir, nous avons notre frère, il a l'habitude d'être avec nous. Il vient de temps en temps. Il nous parle de la compagnie ONPASSIVE à chaque moment qu'il a l'opportunité. Je crois il parle en anglais aussi, parce qu'après lui, nous allons donner la parole à deux ou trois personnes qui vont parler en français. Donc, today we have one of our brother with us. This person, he always go everywhere. Every time he have an opportunity to say something about this great company, he's going to say it. He doesn't care if it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning or 6 a.m. in the morning. He doesn't know if it's the day work or not a working day. Sunday, Saturday, Sunday for him is equal. And I don't know how he do it, but you can feel on his heart that he have the passion. And that passion is to tell the whole world about this company. And that person is not only is our brother. We are all calling them the OTEC Pro. He is here today representing the brothers because 3 of them are in the air traveling. We have to pray for them to have a safe flight. So Vincent is on the air going to Congo, and Oliver and Bob, they are coming all to Houston to see me, Marcien, so I'll be very, very happy to have both of them with me tonight. So, Brother Collins, please take the floor and make justice to today. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Marcien. Just to correct it, Vincent is going to the village, so from Abidjan to his village. So that's fine. So I just want to put that. He just texted me, said, I will not be able to do that. But that's really good. I just want to, thank Madi, Chris Johnson, Julie, Mike Ellis, Dan Street for being here, just to explain give us a lot of information to our African Francophone community, the French community. And normally, Madi, I don't know if you can translate that, just cut your piece, because it will really help us, especially the French community. If you can cut it, and then maybe you can do your magic just to translate it in French and then blast it out everywhere and share it with Marcien and Francine. They can put it out because it's really, really good. Now, what I wanted to say tonight is, they've said everything, but I just want to come from another angle. And I just want to speak, from my heart with my French community, my African brothers and sisters. 5 things, I've taken 4 things down, and we just have to take it seriously. One of the things I've mentioned, I just want to mention is wait patiently. We have to wait patiently. We have to learn. All that glitters are not gold, because sometimes we follow glitter stuff Africans. I've been there. I know. I'm Africans, so I know. And the last thing is, sometimes we have never ever been involved in a startup company. Majority of us, maybe some have done it. I don't know, but I know I've never. This is the first time I've been in a startup company. And when you understand how startup company operate, it takes time. Sometimes they make mistakes. Thank God that we have a CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, who will come out and say, you know what, I take all the blame, but I will never give up. We have never been there. We use Apple phone, we use products in Africa. Africa is the largest consumer of digital products. We know that. Largest consumer of everything. How many things do we produce? Nothing. Because there are things that we don't know. It is not our fault. That's where we were born. But this is the time we have to start to learn. That's why I put one of my points, learning. Patient, because sometimes we Africans, we are sometimes impatient. I myself, I can say it. I'm impatient sometimes. I want it now, I want it now. If you don't give me now, wow, why the other company is giving me now? But you don't know, you were not part of that startup company. We always receive it. We are always at the tail end. You know, it's just there for us. And we say, wow. I remember when Medicare came to Cameroon, they came as multi-level, blow everything, destroy everything, and disappeared. I can name a lot people lost their money because Mr. A is just robbing Peter to pay Paul. They rob Peter and they pay Paul. And when they get what they want to go, they disappeared and you will never see them again. This is the time we have to learn where we are in. It's a God-given opportunity. Ask yourself, why am I in this company? Out of, we are talking about 5.5 billion internet users. As an African, I always question myself. It means I'm the choosing one. Did I merit it? No. Did I work hard for it? No. It just fall on my doorstep and I grab it. I say, you know what? I will never allow this opportunity to go. You know, because sometimes the Bible says, let the Lord, he said, he says something about when we pray, we talk about light should shine on your path and the lamp shine under your foot. God will always shine something on you and things will meet you at your doorstep. Good things will meet you at your doorstep. You don't need to fight for it. If it is yours, it is yours. It is part of you. You are the chosen one. We are talking, if we put all the population, those who are in ONPASSIVE, I believe we are hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Out of 1.4 billion, Africa is the second or the third largest. You have China, you have India, you have Africa. Third largest populated continent. 1.4 or 1.5 billion. 56 countries in Africa. The richest Congo, but it's the poorest. Richest in resources, but the poorest in the world. Why? Sometimes we need to take opportunity without questioning. Go in and try, because the only time you fail is when you refuse to try. The only time you will fail is when you refuse to take an opportunity. Mr. Ash is there working on our behalf. Pushes this to every corner of this planet Earth. But it's up to you to grab it without questioning. Grab it and learn. Because only through learning, you can understand the true meaning of ONPASSIVE, why you are choosing to be part of this company. One day you will tell your stories. That's why I start by saying, I will go with the last point, where I said, we need to learn, you know, why are you choosing? You say some of us have never been in a startup company before. It means we need to ask ourselves, why am I in a startup company? Where they are building a company from scratch. And building a company from scratch, an IT company, it takes decades, years. Apple, read the history of Apple. It takes years. But the only thing we have to pray is, thank God I am in. And then the next point is, when you are in, what do? You need to learn. You don't have to go and sleep. Come out and complain and say, wow, I've just wake up and there is nothing there. How many times have you logged into your OES to know what the CEO is saying? How many times have you joined webinar like this to know what they are talking about? Listen to Maddie Digamo, Julie, Mike Ellis, Down Street, Chris, all of these people. Just bump into every webinar. Sometimes I join webinar to learn. I don't go to speak. I just go to listen to people to understand the business I am in, because most of these people we are seeing here, they are business minded. They have tried things. They know what is good and what is bad. And if I wake up every day, Maddie is there, all of these people, Julie, or if I ask myself, Chris, if they are there, it means there is something in this place. Why after 5 years, 6 years, they have not left? Why are they still in? Sometimes we question our ability to listen and watch the people who are standing there talking, putting their face every day, talking for us. Because if it was not good, they would disappear. They will not even wait, listening to one bit of what Mr. Ashmufara is saying. I always said, I don't need to know everything, but the moment I get up and I see Julia throw an email, something out, I watch it and I say, wow, she is still there. Maddie is still there. Michael is still there. Maddie Digamo, Down Street, Chris Johnson. There is something there. They are not giving up. I'm not giving up. I don't need to know what Mr. Ashmufara is doing, but I can see them and trust them, because these people cannot waste their time. They will not waste their time because they have better things to do with their life. They are still in. This is the question. So it means patience must be something. The endurance part of our life, we must be patient for something good. Because the Bible said, I waited patiently for the Lord and he answered my prayers. Why? What have we done with our patience? And then the next thing is about learning our business. You wait patiently, you learn your business, and remember that all that glitters are not gold, because they will throw something before you. Ask yourself, how long have that company stayed? They have made their money, they disappear, they put you. You never know if what they are even selling, you don't even know. They take your data, they sell, Peter, and they disappeared, and you are finished. The moment you know, you've lost hundreds of thousands. How much did you even put in ONPASSIVE? But I know people who have lost a lot of money. They don't complain. So let us always remember, when you want to complain, ask yourself, how much did I put in? It can be big money in Africa, but ask yourself, our Africans, when you go and you enjoy, you live your life. Ask yourself, how much you spend a day to enjoy? Go to beer and drink. You go to nightclub and dance, spend time with your friends. You lost some of this money. Some of this money, you can burn it in a day. Cameroon, I know. Go to, I was talking to Vincent, Ivory Coast, I know. Go and look at the money. But when you put $100 just to be patient, you complain. We should kill complain and put patience before us. I will leave it there, Marcia, and thank you very much.
Wow. We needed to hear from you, Collins. Thank you. And Francine, please
Oui,
go.
oui. Merci beaucoup, Collins. Collins est l'un de nos frères qui est très engagé et qui est à tous les séminaires. Il participe et il nous inspire beaucoup par son attitude et par ses interventions. Donc, Collins vient de dire ceci. Il parle du fond de son cœur et il va souligner 4 choses importantes. Donc, il nous a rappelé la patience, il nous a rappelé que nous devions apprendre et il nous dit que tout ce qui brille n'est pas or. Il nous rappelle que ça prend du temps pour une start-up de démarrer. L'Afrique est l'un des plus grands consommateurs au monde, mais elle ne produit malheureusement rien. Donc, elle consomme beaucoup, mais elle ne produit pas. Donc, il nous rappelle à nous, Africains, que le temps que nous passons maintenant est le temps où nous devons apprendre. Nous devons être patients, ne faisant pas partie des compagnies et ne savons pas ce qui s'y passe. Donc, quand on voit une compagnie qui est au stade où nous sommes dans ONPASSIVE, nous ne savons pas ce qui se passe derrière le rideau. Nous devons apprendre à rester calme. Apprenons et demandons-nous pourquoi nous faisons partie, nous sommes une partie prenante de cette compagnie. ONPASSIVE nous est tombé dessus. Dieu laissera des choses briller pour nous et ce qui est à nous le restera. Donc, l'Afrique est l'un des continents les plus peuplés, riche en ressources, mais le plus pauvre. La seule fois où nous échouons est lorsque nous ne saisissons pas l'opportunité. C'est une phrase importante qu'on peut retenir. La seule fois où nous échouons, c'est lorsque nous ne saisissons pas l'opportunité. Donc, nous comprenons ONPASSIVE seulement à travers l'apprentissage. Pourquoi avons-nous été choisis pour faire part de ONPASSIVE? Cela prend du temps. Une fois à l'intérieur, que faisons-nous pour comprendre ce qui s'y passe? Il nous conseille donc d'assister au webinaire pour écouter et apprendre. Et pour lui, c'est un modèle que nous ayons les personnes qui sont intervenues ce soir, parce que malgré leurs activités, elles donnent beaucoup de temps à ONPASSIVE. Si ONPASSIVE n'était pas réel, ces personnes ne seraient pas là. Donc, pour lui, c'est très inspirant d'écouter tous les jours Marty Digarmo, Mike Ellis, Chris Johnson et tous les autres, parce que grâce à eux, il sait que ONPASSIVE est réel, ONPASSIVE existe. Donc, apprenons notre business. N'attendons pas quelque chose des autres. C'est notre business et c'est à nous d'y mettre les efforts nécessaires. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup à la sœur Francine. Merci encore à notre frère Collins. Nous avons que sur le panel d'autres personnes que nous avons invitées depuis l'Afrique, et y conclut notre frère John McInford du Cameroun. Nous l'avons invité personnellement pour venir sur le panel. Et si vous voulez, et nous avons invité d'autres personnes qui vont parler en français, mais si vos vidéos ne sont pas ouvertes, je ne peux pas vous appeler parce que sincèrement, je ne sais pas si vous êtes disponible ou pas. Donc, faites-moi signe ou bien vous levez la main si vous voulez dire quelque chose en français parmi ceux que nous avons invités. So we have on the panel some people that we invited from Africa, but I cannot call on them now because I don't see their video open. If they're ready to talk, I just want them to put their hand up so that I will bring them to the panel and say a little word in French. And now we are going to ask our brother John McInford from Cameroon to say something because he's in the source. So all the things that we have said today, he is well stated to tell us if we are in the right track or not. So Brother John, welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sister Marcienne. You've been doing a lot of work. You are very indefatigable. You are passionate about ONPASSIVE, and I think I love you for that. I think you should continue in that direction. ONPASSIVE is going to impact Africa in several ways, but I'll choose to focus on one area because a lot of the previous speakers have addressed the other areas very exhaustively. And how do we know that ONPASSIVE is going to impact the continent? The first thing is about the vision. I think other speakers have mentioned that the vision was designed to reach out to as many people as possible, poor, rich, average, and all that, and to share those benefits with as many people as possible. So how is it going to affect the continent of Africa particularly? You look at, there are two key products that, to my understanding, are very important for the impact of ONPASSIVE on the continent. That is OConnect and Ocademy. I've chosen those two products because the world is increasingly very competitive. It is increasingly knowledge-based. It is increasingly skill-based. And if Africa has to meet up, it has to use these two products in order to meet up. We always say that we have a lot of people in the diaspora and they're very useful, but it takes time for them to acquire those skills before coming back to have the impact on the continent. But if we have OConnect and Ocademy and have access to all the professionals, the best universities on the spot, they'll be getting that knowledge and the skills and impacting the community instantly. Because if a child in Cameroon, Zaire, Congo, Benin, South Africa is receiving information 1 year after, maybe some new technology or some skill, is receiving that information 1 year after their counterparts in Washington, in Berlin, in Seoul, in Tokyo, received that information 1 year ago. It will mean that Africa will never really catch up. So I'm saying that the area that is very important to me is the area of skill, the area of knowledge, and we're going to acquire this thing through OConnect and through Academy. So it will help them to build those competitive skills at the right time, at very timely, so that they get it and use. You remember the young people on this continent, they are about 60 to 70% of the young people in this continent are below 30. Therefore, they need all of that information at the same time so that they don't bother themselves struggling to cross the Mediterranean with all the risks that are involved, or going through the forests of Central America in order to get to the United States. So you have all of these things to their access. If they have access to these things and are able to create small businesses for themselves, the number of people who are taking those risks will reduce. So I think that that's the area where ONPASSIVE will impact the continent long term. And I agree also that money is going to impact the continent. But if you bring in money without the skills, without the knowledge, and how to use it in order to become sustainable, then the effort can also die down, like the way foreign aid has been designed for the past decades. So I think there is going to be an original solution, because people, it can really build people to be able to do that. You're going to also realize that acquiring knowledge and skills is going to keep young people in Africa away from this dependent syndrome. Because if you pick up a skill, you pick up knowledge, it means that you can start up something on your own, and you'll not be waiting for some form of aid to come to you in order to start a business of your own. And that's why, to me, knowledge and the skills are very important that ONPASSIVE is going to give us through those key products that I've already named. We're going to find that we're going to increase small businesses. It's going to increase small businesses. If it increases the number of businesses, it's also going to grow the middle class in Africa, because most countries develop when you build the middle class. So I think that it is through ONPASSIVE that kind of effort can really be built organically, upward, and in a manner that can be very sustainable. Of course, I've mentioned the idea that it's going to reduce the impact of ONPASSIVE, is going to reduce the level of hazardous illegal immigration that is currently taking place, and it's really a shameful thing for those of us who are in Africa to see that we have lots of resources and we still young people taking risks in order to go to Europe or America in order to make ends meet for themselves. So I do think that I wanted to emphasize on this area of knowledge, the timely access to knowledge and information, in order that the African youth to be competitive, and in a world that if you are not competitive, they will leave you behind. Nobody will care about you. So that is the angle from which I wanted to come in today in order to show the impact of ONPASSIVE on the continent. Thank you, Marcian, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you.
OK, Martial. Oui, allons, Martial.
No, I just wanted to thank our brother. You can go ahead and interpret him.
Voilà. L'idée générale, l'idée qu'il a développée, c'est quelque chose de très important, très important, ce qu'il vient de développer là. Et il a dit, il s'est posé la question, comment est-ce que ONPASSIVE va impacter l'Afrique? Il a dit que ONPASSIVE va impacter l'Afrique dans plusieurs domaines. Et pourquoi? Il a dit que ça concerne la vision. Qu'est-ce que ONPASSIVE donne comme vision? Et il a parlé il dit pour impacter l'Afrique, lui, il pense qu'avec deux produits, voilà, les deux produits que nous connaissons, avec ces deux produits, ONPASSIVE peut impacter véritablement l'Afrique. C'est-à-dire les deux produits sont OConnect et puis Academy. Nous connaissons déjà ce que c'est l'utilité de ces deux produits-là. OConnect, on sait que c'est dans le domaine voilà, des réunions virtuelles, des réunions à distance, et puis Academy, c'est dans la formation. Et pourquoi il a pris il dit que ces deux produits sont importants. Il dit que ces deux produits-là vont développer des compétences et des connaissances au niveau de la population, surtout au niveau de la population jeune. Il a dit que ces deux produits, ces compétences et ces connaissances vont permettre aux gens de créer leur business. Parce qu'une fois les jeunes ont les compétences et ont des connaissances, voilà, ils ont été formés, alors ces jeunes-là, ces personnes-là peuvent se créer eux-mêmes des business. Il a dit aussi que ces compétences et ces connaissances peuvent participer à briser la dépendance des jeunes. C'est-à-dire quand les jeunes n'ont pas de travaux, ils n'ont rien à faire, alors ils peuvent être dépendants de la drogue, ils peuvent être, voilà, se faire acheter par des politiciens, tout et tout ça. Mais s'ils ont ces compétences-là, s'ils ont ces connaissances-là, s'ils ont été formés, alors ils peuvent eux-mêmes voilà, briser cette dépendance, créer leurs propres affaires, devenir des businessmen et puis des businesswomen, et puis se faire véritablement de l'argent. Il a parlé aussi du fait que ces compétences et ces connaissances peuvent permettre à des jeunes d'être bien formés afin d'exploiter eux-mêmes leurs ressources, c'est-à-dire les ressources africaines, voilà, que de laisser des étrangers venir exploiter ces ressources-là. Mais si voilà, ces jeunes-là, la population est bien formée à partir et acquiert ces connaissances et ces compétences, alors ces personnes-là ces Africains eux-mêmes vont exploiter leurs propres produits, leurs propres ressources, les transformer et être compétitifs sur le plan international. Donc voilà ce dont il a parlé. Je pense que c'est un point très, très important qu'il a soulevé là. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Serge, pour avoir translé ce qu'il a dit. Comme vous voyez, le webinaire est presque à sa fin, mais avant que nous ne terminons, nous allons demander au moins à une personne de nous, ingénieur Mike, s'il peut aller rapidement en français, dire quelque chose de juste pour nous enthousiaster parce qu'il est là, c'est une bonne chose et je vais donner parole à autre personne après.
Ok, bonjour, bienvenue à tout le monde. Pour ma part, c'est un grand débat qu'on a aujourd'hui. Pour moi, si je regarde, je vois que l'Afrique a la population d'Afrique entière est 1,46 milliard. Si vous voulez, si vous voyez ça, voici la population d'Afrique. Et dès que tu regardes dans la population d'Afrique, on voit que la plupart de la population d'Afrique, c'est les jeunes. Donc, avec les jeunes peuvent atteindre beaucoup de choses. Je vais prendre ça dans ces cas. Si on regarde, on voit que dans les points socio-économiques, et vous voyez que en Afrique, si on a notre plateforme ONPASSIVE, ça peut créer des solutions aux jeunes pour avoir du travail. Parce que la pauvreté, c'est un phénomène qui est très, 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 très impacté dans notre comité africain. Donc, on prend ça pour améliorer la pauvreté. Donc, est-ce qu'on a une société, on a un comité, on peut éduquer la population, comment on peut faire créer le travail avec notre écosystème en passif. Donc, toi-même, j'avais dit ça, seulement pour avoir un téléphone multimédia, c'est la première chose, et aussi pour avoir l'unité de connecter à l'Internet, c'est tout, le business. Donc, c'est aussi un peu simple que dès que tu crées ça, on peut éduquer beaucoup de gens, c'est les jeunes qui sont à l'Afrique, parce que l'Afrique a la plus jeune population du monde entier. Donc, ça va partir là-bas. Et avec l'éducation qu'on va aller éduquer, comment on peut faire pratiquement pour avoir le travail avec notre écosystème. Ça va créer ça va changer beaucoup de choses en Afrique. Aussi, pour divers économiquement, pour divers aussi, si on regarde l'Afrique, on voit que la plupart des pays africains, ils ont basé sur le produit de pétrole et aussi les minéraux. Mais si on vient avec cette différentes classes de business pour qu'ils commencent à prendre l'écosystème en passif, on va rendre le business tout le monde en Afrique, tous les jeunes en Afrique, qui ont besoin seulement d'un téléphone multimédia et l'unité d'Internet pour faire le business. Et on va avancer nos sociétés et on va changer nos vies. Et beaucoup de gens en Afrique vont avoir quelque chose à faire parce que quand tu vois, le chômage est beaucoup, n'est-ce pas? Donc, avec notre écosystème en passif, si tu es là derrière et tu nous suivre, il faut venir avec nous. Pour venir et on va t'apprendre comment on peut prendre l'écosystème en passif pour changer des choses en Afrique. Merci, Maman, c'est ça que j'ai pour aujourd'hui.
Merci, merci beaucoup, ingénieur Marc. Ça va tout droit à tous ceux qui nous écoutent. Merci beaucoup. Alors, comme j'ai dit tantôt, nous avons aujourd'hui ce webinaire, c'était particulièrement pour nos personnes qui donnent des lives tous les jours pour venir nous parler pourquoi c'est important, l'importance de ONPASSIVE en Afrique. Donc, nous, de la communauté francophone, les quelques personnes que nous avons invitées, s'ils doivent parler, on vous donne juste 2 minutes parce qu'on voulait juste que vous écoutez, que vous absorbez le message et tout le reste des choses, nous allons dire dans les prochains webinaires que nous faisons régulièrement. Donc, nous avons sur le panel une de nos sœurs qui nous aide tout le temps. Elle n'est pas francophone, elle n'est pas africaine, mais elle vient chaque fois nous aider quand on a besoin. Elle le fait sans nous demander. Vous avez vu les flyers que nous avons derrière nous. Elle l'a fait hier sans même me poser la question, elle a envoyé. Elle a fait un autre flyer avec tous les gens qui devaient parler ce matin. Elle a envoyé, elle a oublié même de mettre la photo d'une de nos personnes qui devait être aussi là, qui était ingénieur Mike. Et nous savons que c'était une erreur. Donc, on la pardonne pour ça. So, I just want to say thank you for everyone, but we cannot live here without one of our own. She is always with us. She's not an African. She doesn't speak French, but she's always willing to chip in. She look where there's a hole and she come and complete it. The flyer we have behind us was made by her. She didn't ask me. She make it and she sent it to us. This morning, she called me. She said, do you have a flyer with the speaker so that I can send it out? I said, I don't know how to do it. Okay. Do you want me? I'm going to do something. It's not going to be perfect, but I will do something. She did it and she sent it to me. This is what they call community work and having too much love and faith for something. She's not getting paid. She used her skill, her time, everything, because she believed that this company is going to save a lot of people and will give dignity back to the humanity around the globe. And this person is not other than our sister, Mino Agdas. Please, sister, I know you don't want to say something, but say something tonight, please.
Thank you. Thank you. What a privilege to be here. Everything has already been covered, on a most educated, sophisticated, comprehensive way. I now know that Africa, with its young and dynamic population, is ready for a technological revolution. And our company is here to bridge the gap in terms of digital infrastructure and access to high quality technology. But I also want to add that I never thought in my 60+ years of age that I would sit here in a forum like this and think about the ways we can help Africa. This movement, this journey has brought us so much literacy in many ways and opened our eyes in many aspects of life. And I'm privileged to be we are privileged to be part of this movement. Yes, Collins, we didn't sit and meditate for this. We didn't ask for this. It just showed up at our doorstep. I'm going to quote you on that. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Sister Mino. Francine Osage, can you please repeat what our sister just said, please?
Mino, merci beaucoup. Donc, elle dit que tout a été bien dit. Et elle a appris bien des choses ce soir, notamment comprendre que le continent africain est l'un de ceux qui ont une jeunesse immense et que c'est un jeune continent. Elle ne savait pas qu'un jour elle ferait partie d'une telle plateforme, d'une telle réunion, et elle a beaucoup de gratitude pour cela. Et ce sont des moments très privilégiés. Et elle a coté quelque chose que Collins a dit dans son intervention, que je ne saurais reprendre parce que ça m'a échappé. Est-ce que Serge, tu as capté cela ou Martienne? En tout cas, elle a cité quelque chose que Collins a dit qui était très inspirant. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Francine. Right now, we're almost at the end. I'm going to give two people to speak in French from Africa because I don't know if they're in Africa actually right now. And after that, we will ask our brother Mike Ellis to come out and close the day for us before we leave. So I'm going to ask our brother, je vais demander à Jérôme, Franck Jérôme. Est-ce que Franck Jérôme, vous avez quelque chose à dire à propos de ce webinaire d'aujourd'hui? Je vais vous demander d'ouvrir votre...
Parfait.
Allez-y.
Oui, merci Martienne, merci Francine et merci tout le panel. Et chacun de nous, je pense que nous avons une expérience avec ONPASSIVE. Et par rapport au bien d'aujourd'hui, je crois que nous redisons ce qui est lié à nos convictions par rapport à la société. Je ne peux parler que de moi. En exemple, je me retrouve dans ONPASSIVE. C'est pas un hasard, c'est un effet de synchronicité. Donc, et ça, je crois que tout le monde a vécu cette expérience-là. Donc, ONPASSIVE, par l'état d'esprit du CO, est bien là pour jouer le rôle du levier financier, disons de l'indépendance financière, mais en même temps aussi d'apporter une prise de conscience dans les esprits des uns des autres, pas seulement en Afrique, parce que les Africains ne sont pas seulement sur le continent, ils sont à travers le monde. Mais c'est surtout au sein de la communauté africaine, disons les jeunes. Martienne, tu as parlé tout à l'heure dans ton introduction de l'immigration, des pertes dans la mer, la Méditerranée. Et ça fait partie aussi donc d'un facteur que ONPASSIVE devrait contribuer à éradiquer, donc à empêcher que nous ayons encore des situations pareilles. Et je sais qu'il y a des personnes qui sont arrivées à ONPASSIVE en ayant le même état d'esprit, et ONPASSIVE ici va pratiquement être une tribune pour que nous tous, nous déployions nos projets, pour que nous tous, nous déployions ce que nous avons comme intention pour améliorer donc la situation de vie, la qualité de vie des populations en Afrique, pas seulement des jeunes et même des personnes âgées, bien sûr, mais surtout les jeunes faisant l'avenir de notre continent. Je crois qu'on n'a même pas à leur parler de ça, ils vont découvrir ONPASSIVE. Et tout à l'heure, un des intervenants a dit que la population la plus jeune, si c'est parmi des continents, c'est la population africaine. La moyenne d'âge, je crois qu'on est dans les 25 ans. Donc l'avenir appartient à l'Afrique. L'avenir est l'Afrique. Et ONPASSIVE est en phase avec l'évolution de la population, de la jeune population africaine. Et les produits digitaux, pour prendre seulement le téléphone mobile. Le téléphone mobile est plus utilisé en Afrique qu'ailleurs. Pour prendre aussi les transactions financières à travers les téléphones, c'est plus utilisé en Afrique qu'ailleurs. Donc, nous sommes au fait en avance même par rapport aux autres continents. Ce qu'on ignore, en Europe, vous ne pouvez pas faire des transactions aussi faciles comme on le fait en Afrique avec Orange Money et autres. Et donc, je pense que pour nous, je ne veux pas dire que c'est une occasion, mais c'est une opportunité, mais qui vient selon les plans divins. Ce n'est pas que ce sont les Africains qui ont appelé. Monsieur Ajmouffer a eu une vision, il s'est inspiré d'une vision, il a cité une personnalité comme Mère Teresa, donc il ne peut que s'arrimer à la vision divine. Et donc, tout ici, ce n'est pas des coïncidences, c'est que nous devons faire partie d'ONPASSIVE. Ça, c'est déterminé. C'est une destinée. Je citerai un exemple pour mon ONG. L'ONG que j'ai créée, c'est pour réduire la pauvreté en Afrique. Donc, il n'y a pas de raison qu'aujourd'hui, on ne puisse pas reconnaître que nous sommes sur la voie qu'il faut, surtout nous sommes à l'aide du verso où les choses se découvrent, où les choses se développent. Mais c'est un thème sur lequel je peux parler, déployer peut-être au moins 2 ou 3 heures, voire même 4 heures, parce que j'en ai beaucoup travaillé là-dessus. Et je suis quelqu'un de béni du fait de faire partie de ONPASSIVE. Et ça, je rends grâce à Dieu pour ça.
Ok, merci beaucoup, Franck Jérôme. Merci beaucoup pour votre intervention. Ça nous va tout droit au cœur. Merci d'être venu. Et je vois, je ne sais pas si qu'il y a quelqu'un qui est sur le panel et qui veut parler. Est-ce que vous pouvez lever la main? Je vous donne juste 1 minute pour dire quelque chose. Est-ce que vous pouvez lever la main si vous voulez dire quelque chose? Je vous en prie. Parce que nous, on vous voit, mais vous ne levez pas la main. Levez la main. Et si vous ne pouvez pas lever la main parce qu'il y a un problème, écrivez dans le chat, nous allons savoir ce qu'il faut faire et on va voir ce qu'il faut faire.
Est-ce qu'on ne peut pas traduire aux autres en anglais qui ne comprennent pas français?
Non, c'est pas pour eux, c'était pour la francophonie parce que ce soir, nous devions les traduire, mais nous ne devions pas traduire le français. C'est pour prendre moins du temps parce que ces webinaires se font déjà, c'est pour prendre moins du temps. Donc, est-ce que nous avons quelqu'un sur le panel qui veut parler? Sinon, nous allons partir et faire une deuxième ronde et puis demander à tous nos panélistes, ceux qu'on avait invités pour venir parler, de nous donner un dernier mot. Et je vais commencer. We just have to have a last round. Just please, 1 minute only because we are over time. We want people to sit down and listen to this because it's very important. So we're just going to ask to our brother, the speaker of the day, to give us the last word. Is talking to the people that they don't know about this company, they don't know what we are doing. Please, can you say something to everybody around the globe where they are going to listen to this video and when you what is your intention? What do we want them to do? And I'm going to start from my brother, Mark Ellis again. And Mark Ellis, you have just 1 minute because we have to go back and say it in French. Thank you.
No, that's fine, Marcian. Very early on, Marcian, you said something that kind of hit a chord, and it was how long will we have to wait? And I want to tell you, not long. And maybe at another time we can come on and talk about not long. But I really want to focus on what one of the things, and Marty said a lot, but one of the things Marty said, Mr. Mufara has set this company up to empower people, to change lives, and that's what's going to be happening very, very quickly. I can tell you flat out that in Africa, millions upon millions of people will be empowered to live the life they want to live. And that means really being able to do what you want to do in your community. That's a really, really a cool thing. And not only in the continent of Africa, but throughout the world. So we're in a really, really good place. How long do we have to wait? Not long, guys, not long. Marcian, I'll turn it back over to you.
Nous sommes dans la partie donc de clôture parce que notre réunion a duré suffisamment ce soir et chacun donne 1 minute de parole. Nos invités vont parler 1 minute et Mike Ellis vient de dire qu'il revient sur ce qui a été dit par Marcienne. Pour combien de temps avons-nous encore à attendre? Sa réponse est pas longtemps. Monsieur Moufaré a créé cette compagnie qui va changer des vies très, très bientôt. Beaucoup en Afrique et de par le monde. Dans combien de temps? Dans pas longtemps. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Francine. Dans peu de temps, l'Afrique va sortir de cette ténèbres. Thank you so much, Mike, because soon Africa is going to get out from how long? Africa is coming out from how long? And it's just in the less time we are going to get out of it. Thank you so much. So I'm going to call on my brother, Dan Street, to say his last word to us and to everybody that is listening. Thank you, Dan.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Marcian. And, the bottom line here is that we're coming back and we're opening the doors and it's going to be very, very soon. And we're going to go to the next phase. And that next phase is going to be so exciting. It's going to be more secure. As Ash said, it's going to be more secure, more protected, and it's the way it should be. And so we are all looking forward to the next phase. And it's so exciting because it's coming very, very soon.
Dan Street nous dit que il est content, nous sommes de retour. Nous sommes de retour signifie la compagnie est de retour. Et très, très bientôt, nous sommes en train de passer à la phase suivante qui est très sécurisée, très prometteuse et restons confiants, tout va bien.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you also for your time. I know it's Saturday. It was not an easy task for you guys to be here with us for almost 2 hours. This is a lot of sacrifice, and I know you've been doing it for since you know this company because, again, you understood and you know exactly what the company is going to bring to the world. Thank you so much. So I'm going to call on my brother, Mr. Joy. That's how I'm calling his name now, Mr. Joy. He's always happy. I don't know if this guy get angry. He's always happy. Every time I see him, he's saying something that is going to be good. And he's a prayerful person also. So, brother Chris, what are you telling us?
I'm going to take off my hat, show you my hair, because I want to thank God for this company. I want to thank God for all of you. I believe this company is a God-fearing company. And I'm going to tell you something, Africa. My 2 favorite words, it is coming. I said 3, but it's coming. That one is strictly for you. The hope is on the way. The help is on the way. And you got some amazing people on this panel today that's going to be definitely leading that pack. So Africa, Marcianne, Miss Francine, Mr. Serge, all of you, thank you very much for inviting me. It was absolutely wonderful.
Voilà, il disait que j'enlève mon chapeau, c'est un signe de respect, c'est un signe de remerciement. Voilà, je monte ma tête car je veux remercier Dieu, je veux remercier vous tous. Vous êtes très précieux, vous tous qui faites de grandes choses pour ONPASSIVE. Vous êtes très précieux, je vous remercie tous. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Serge, pour l'interprétation. Merci beaucoup. Et je veux aussi remercier, je vois notre frère Martin Mirabella. Merci Martin Mirabella d'être venu. Je crois que le prochain webinaire, ce serait samedi prochain et puis on aura le temps de communiquer entre nous. Ça serait un peu plus facile. Merci beaucoup. Et je vais demander à notre frère Marty, je ne sais pas comment le qualifier. Marty, please, I know you are my brother from Africa because if I say how for you now, you say Redfern. So can you please get us your last word, Marty? Thank you.
Absolutely, Redfern. Anyway, in close, I'm sure I'm having an internet problem. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, okay. I don't know what just happened. I prayed at night that could things be different? Is there hope? You are part of hope right now. You have it. You have it in your hands. Work it for whatever you can. And for anybody watching on the outside, months from now, a year from now, look at the date. It doesn't matter. We welcome you with open arms. If you're wanting to make a change in your life and you've already been beat around online, this is a great place to be. We all here found a home, and there's plenty of room for you also. Thank you very much.
Serge?
J'ai pas pris de notes. J'ai pas pris de notes.
Bon, ce que j'ai capté, c'est que nous faisons partie de l'espoir. Il y a de l'espoir. Nous travaillons les mains ouvertes et les mains serrées. Il y a de la place pour tous. C'est ce que j'ai noté. Merci.
Merci Francine et Serge, merci beaucoup. Et nous allons demander aussi à notre frère John McInford depuis le Cameroun. John, can you tell us the last word, please, John?
Thank you very much, Marcian. I think that ONPASSIVE, Mr. Mufara, has given us an opportunity. ONPASSIVE is an opportunity company, and Africa just have to seize the moment of the opportunity and make use of it. Thank you very much.
Il vient de dire qu'il remercie tout le monde que ONPASSIVE, que H. Moufaré nous a donné, c'est une opportunité pour nous tous. Merci.
Yeah, merci beaucoup. Et nous avons qui n'a pas encore parlé pour nous dire son dernier mot. Nous avons notre frère Mike, ingénieur Mike, tu as un dernier mot?
Oui, Maman, merci pour le fin de ce
une
webinaire.
minute.
Mon dernier mot, c'est pour nous tous, les Africains, l'écosystème ONPASSIVE que notre PDG nous a donné comme cadeau, c'est pour prendre ça dans un autre niveau. On prend ça dans un autre niveau. On rentre dans tous les coins en Afrique. On éduque les Africains, les jeunes Africains. On peut prendre ça pour avancer nos vies en Afrique. On prend ça pour réduire la pauvreté en Afrique. On prend ça pour éduquer les Africains. Merci, Mamassi.
Merci beaucoup, ingénieur Mike. Je vais demander à mon frère Collins Mana, last word, please.
Thank you, Marcien. Just want to thank everyone who've attended the webinar today. It was a great one. You know, the only thing is we just have to learn. That's my take for tonight. Please let us learn and know our business. So thank you, Marcien.
Merci à tous ceux qui ont participé ce soir. Et mon mot de sortie sera « Continuons à apprendre et l'apprentissage, c'est important. » Merci.
Merci, Francine, et merci à Collins. Mino, can I please have a last word from you, sister?
Right. Just was going to say thank you, Mr. Ash. Thank you to your entire family and the Dream Tech team. Thank you for the art of communication and connectivity. We love you. God bless.
Merci à Monsieur H. Moufaré pour la connectivité. Merci pour ONPASSIVE et bonne continuation à tous.
Merci beaucoup. Je vois Franck a encore Jérôme a sa vidéo ouverte. Jérôme, est-ce que tu as quelque chose, un dernier mot à dire, s'il te plaît? Une minute simplement.
Oui, merci, Martienne. Mais je ne saurais que remercier, comme tout le monde, le CEO H. Moufaré d'avoir eu cette inspiration. Et puis, nous remercions Dieu que nous fassions tous partie de ce beau voyage, de ce challenge, qui n'est plus un, ce n'est plus de l'espérance, puisque nous vivons déjà la manifestation de l'idée et du rêve que nous avons tous, auquel nous croyons tous, et dont le géniteur même, c'est M. H. Moufaré. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Franck Jérôme. Et merci encore à tous ceux qui ont pris la peine de participer à ce webinaire ce jour. Nous avons beaucoup de personnes qui écrivent dans le chat. Ce webinaire, nous allons désormais le faire 2 samedis le mois, comme nous l'avons fait aujourd'hui. Ça veut dire le samedi prochain, nous n'en aurons pas. Et le samedi prochain qui viendra, nous allons avoir ce webinaire. Et cette fois-là, ça serait nous de la francophonie. Ça ne serait plus d'autres personnes qui parleront pour nous. Peut-être de temps en temps, ils viendront. Mais nous vous invitons de participer, de revenir prochainement avec toutes vos idées et tout ce que vous voulez de la compagnie ONPASSIVE ou bien de cette nouvelle compagnie que nous amenons dans le monde entier aujourd'hui de revoir pour que nous parlons. Donc, nous vous remercions. Nous remercions en même temps tous nos leaders qui sont venus ici aujourd'hui nous aider à nous ramener et à comprendre où on se trouve dans cette compagnie actuellement. So, I just want to sincerely thank everybody, all the guest speakers that came in today to say something to us and to tell us how long we don't have to wait any more longer for us to come out from where we are in Africa at this moment? How long our parents are not going to sell their plot, sell their houses, sell everything they have because they want to send one child abroad to go to school, so that child will come back and be the person who will help all the family. We want to thank you all for letting us understand that Africa, where we are, we never have again to swim and die in the ocean. It's always close. We are getting out for it. How long? It's ended very soon. Thank you all so much for coming. This webinar, we started today. We are going to do it twice Sunday a month. So today, next Sunday, we don't have it. Next Sunday is OTEC Pro. And after it's going to be this French webinar, African French webinar. Please, if you have time, every second, one Saturday a month, we're going to send it out and we'll have some people to come to speak. It's for you, it's for Africa, it's for the French-speaking people. Please make a time to come and understand and know your company. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much and see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcy, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Thank you. Please share to everybody around the globe. Thank you.